close. It's Florida and Alabama, and this is the SEC on ESPN. It's the only ranked matchup of the night in men's college basketball. It features two of the hottest teams in the night. Latrell Wrightsell Jr. is out. He's one of their main three-point threats. He suffered a head injury in practice on Monday. He is unavailable tonight. And so with that, Jaron Stevenson makes his first career start for Bama. Florida's led by its backcourt, but they quickly get it inside, and it's ripped away by
against them.
Alabama leads the nation in scoring. They've gone over 100 each of their last two games. Estrada on the offensive glass, and then a block by Handlogton. And a whistle will send Grant Nelson to the free throw line. I want to ask you about tempo.
And both are very comfortable and very good at ripping and running up and down the building.
Nelson 85% from the.
If we don't fight, we will get punked on the glass.
Florida's second, pulling down 40% of their misses, and Samuel gets an up-close look for the jam.
I say nice. Every play call early right now is hammering that thing inside from Todd Golden.
Nelson turnaround baby hook. Little high-low, and Samuel with the jam.
Just did not fight that low block position. As soon as that flash was made to the nail, that was easy money for Florida. Very good interior passing out of those Florida bigs.
Nelson puts it on the ground.
Wow.
Tomahawk jam.
That's that moxie and edge. This kid was finesse early, but not anymore. And he's
It's too easy.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Alabama's points.
Boy, and Alabama shocking the basketball on any ball screen action from Florida, knocking it out to the timeline. Really well done.
Poland thought he had an edge. It disappeared, so he goes inside. And a near walk not whistled. Handlock. Estrada with the lob. Pringle couldn't squeeze it. Back to work. And Handlogton pulls it down. Clayton in transition for three.
They are awfully good. Pulling to Clayton, Clayton to Poland. Those boomerang passes that they throw to one another. Those transition threes, you got to be up higher.
Estrada's able to.
Guards rebounding. Estrada, Sears. That's a big key to the run game.
Here's Richard getting out front. Nobody stopped the basketball, and Florida reclaimed.
This reload and attack by Sears is hard to handle.
Well, he is a great change of pace mover, isn't he? Here's Walters for another three.
40% on the offensive glass is what Florida gets. They get back 4 out of every 10 missed shots. And you give up an extra possession, and they will make you pay more times than not. Will Richard is lethal from that deep right corner.
Here's Estrada now. Again to Pringle. They keep going to it and finally get it.
That middle ball screen is so hard to handle because you got to stay attached on.
Shot clock's at 8. Samuel takes it himself. It was in and out.
Are we going to get to the under 12 without getting to the under 16?
We might. Sears is able to kiss it in. That's the first bucket for the league's leading. Samuel working on Nelson. Tried to go over the right shoulder, blocked again. And another three for Florida. Now 3. What a difference, huh? 3 for 6 from deep. Bama just 1 for 7. Nelson trying to correct that. That's off the mark, and it's stolen away by Estrada. Reverses it in for another layup for the point guard.
He tried to cover him.
Crowd alive at Coleman. Clayton Jr. for three. Florida shooting the lights out. Kugel started to come off the bench. It turned his season around. It turned everything around for this Florida team. And now they've won 7 of their last 8. Then a throw-in for Mohamed Diabate for his first bucket.
You know, Diabate's an interesting kid. Alabama has shown him a lot of Draymond Green film. Similar size, can have a similar impact, and right now he just got beat on a backdoor curl cut, though. But
what a look from Houck, huh?
Yeah, that
one's ripped down by Diabate. Griffin for three. A slow start from deep from Bama, but they pull down another miss, and then it's taken away. Ripped by Richard, who gets taken down.
The previous play on 10 White has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul.
I thought it was a trip, but he grabbed him with his hand. He grabbed the foot.
Yeah, but that's not a basketball
Regard. Richard, 77%
shooter than that. Now his shot,
forcing them to shoot those lane twos a little bit more uncomfortable distance. They left Clayton all alone, and he buries the three.
why come off the ball side corner defensively? You cannot do it. I mean, Clayton is just a dead-eye shooter.
It's a 7-0 Florida run. Estrada's floater used every bit of the rim before. 6 on the shot clock. Quick too good from Will Richard. He's got 11. Lob to Samuel. And he gets collapsed on. Handlogton finds it and gets fouled. Micah Handlogton was playing at Marshall last season. 30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on ESPN. And also on the
North Carolina's bracket on Selection Sunday.
Yeah, that's fair. 3 skips off the rim and a rebound by Walters. And the freshman battling gets his home 3.
And the cut was there.
Here's Estrada with the scoop. Off the window.
Yeah, playing like the lane is on fire, opening that thing up, allowing guards to find a gap.
Poland with the floater. 3. Back to Bama.
Keep an eye on the first 10 seconds is where they want to attack.
Nelson mulches his way in.
What about 23, I think, on the shot? You're going to get called for it.
Poland whips it back to Aberdeen. And took a bump with 12 seconds on the shot clock.
Can't play in the SEC. And we talk about yards after
Conferences in college basketball. The block rate is through the roof. Off
3-point looks if you're Florida going forward in this game.
Sears is able to get to the block, and he gets it in.
That it's a NASCAR cut. He gets it going into the turn. Therefore, his momentum going left. It's almost unguardable when Nate gets him going in that direction.
Clayton through traffic.
That's easy.
Clayton's got 11. Here's Bama. Why is it so important for Alabama to get shots off as we measure it statistically in the first 10 seconds of the clock?
Well, that's who they are. They want to play pressure offense. We talk about
sporting the Band-Aid over the left brow. This year that won the SEC regular season and the tournament championship, led by Brandon Miller.
And Nate Oates will tell his guys at halftime, we can't shoot the ball any worse than we did in the first half, and we're right in this game if they continue to battle for the next 3 minutes till they find their jump shots.
Great extra pass and the turnaround jump hook from Con. And then another loose ball.
Alabama deserves a score right here. You got 4 offensive rebounds and a rip. That ball should go in. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Condon shares it, and Florida has now assisted on 11 of its 13 buckets.
Alabama will ball watch when that ball gets on that low block, and Florida is cutting that ball watch really good. Watch out.
Oh, poor for Mark Sears. Another back cut and a finish from Clayton.
Just burn that pressure off, right?
9 offensive rebounds for the Gators tonight. Clock now at 8. Clayton waiting. Now at 5. Pull up. In and out. 1 on the clock. Sears with the heave. Gave it an effort. But a 2 for 18 3.
To shoot 16 or 17 threes in the second half like you did in the first.
Sears gathers and then gets fouled. Being in the backcourt. He got 5 minutes. What impact of
big hit, and is always in college back.
Here's Estrada. And there's Nelson.
Guardable when you execute it like they did.
Nelson with the block on Samuel. And here's Griffin now. Behind the back to Sears. Bama looking for the lead. And a whistle and a foul sends Sears to the free throw line. First, Sears has tied this game.
Their second top 15 road win.
Mark of the first half. That was 18-17 tied at that point. Clayton kicks it to Richard for three.
Oh, such good offense, is it not? Will Richard just...
Here's Richard again. And now Nelson. Wow! Came from Gordo, and he flushed it right on his head.
These are plays that he was not making in November and December. But his urgency and his ruggedness, Tom Hart, has gone to another level. He's a positionless kid. No one in college basketball is faster or better.
In addition, that was the second personal on Zion Poland. Clayton silences him from the free. Against the league's leading scorer, and Sears unable to finish.
Good job by Pullen. The wood is your friend when you're guarding a driver. He stayed down. He kept his feet on the floor. Really well done by Pullen.
Richard with the corner three.
But think about the number of minutes that Sears and Estrada are going to have to play in this game without Reitzel.
Estrada pump fake, steps in, and gets it to go.
Fine. But you got to test them with your physical toughness driving that ball.
That was a quick three, but Florida sensational on the offensive glass in the second chance bucket.
Love. Do not fall for those tough twos.
Griffin left one off the rim. Poland gets the bump.
Correct?
Yeah, that's right. Poland's got another one. All Big West Conference. Gators hit the jackpot. Here's Estrada. There's Pringle.
Yeah. So if you're going to tighten
out to help on Poland. Gators will reset with 13.
Well, they continue to crush that ball, don't they, on their ball screen coverage?
How about Samuel with the low floater?
Another tough two made in this game.
Middies are loving them back.
They are tonight. Don't fall for it.
Griffin crosses over, finds Pringle. A nice cut and finish by Pringle.
And it all started with
a recovery, and now pull in. Couldn't find the rim. Push ahead, Estrada.
A 15-foot shot. Their offensive rebound percentage drops to 23% on the year. That's the exact shot that Alabama wants Florida to take.
Sears to Pringle. Timeout.
Win tonight by breaking the paint. If I'm Florida, I stay tight on those shooters.
Another back cut and a good-looking pass, and they'll count it. And a chance for a three-point play. And a three-point play for league's leading scorer, Mark Sears, has been held in check. Nelson can't finish. Bunch of empty possessions for Bama. Pull in. We'll go back to the free throw line. One in the ESPN app. Poland knocks them both down.
And now we're 8 minutes into the second half, and Alabama still has not gotten off a three-point shot.
Here's Condon for three. Boy, that's a rarity. He throws in, whips it away.
Probably should have shot it because he had an opening.
Sears sitting on an 8-point night. There's Nelson. Into the corner for Walters for three.
That is really big. Again, those are the shrink threes that Alabama thrives on. Making the defense shrink to the ball for those spray threes to the corner.
Poland falling away from 8 feet. He's got a baker's dozen, and Florida answers another Alabama bucket. Sears downhill fast. Walters again. Back-to-back triples for the freshman.
We would have tested the strength of this roof.
Clayton with the lob. Condon the finish.
That is.
Poland has it skipped off. Somehow Handglutton got in.
Yeah, because he's 7 feet tall. And he's really a quick jumper for a kid his size, because Grant Nelson had inside position. Handglutton just beat him to the ball.
Nelson fading way off the window. Clayton for 3.
That is beautiful basketball, man. When you reverse sides of the floor in transition, you're going to get a good look 9 times out of 10.
And a reach-in foul on Richard. Says, my bad. Largest lead of the game for Florida. The line all year.
Hey, there's Big Al. Once again, he's got his head.
So a Florida turnover. Alabama has made 2 threes this half in 3 attempts. Pringle got it. Bama's made 4 of its last 5. Estrada the lob. Oh man, that close. 72-66. Florida looking for a
18 road win of the season, and they've never done it before in the history of pass down shoes his size one of these days.
5-point Gator lead.
No live ball turnovers if you're Florida would really help them to try to close this thing out.
Pulling over Sears. Clayton. Nope.
Same thing.
Yeah.
The same long reach. Alabama just doesn't have a physical answer for it.
Wow! Tyrese Samuel right down the paint. 6 minutes to play. Bama down. Here's Walters. Yes!
Florida just
go from 10 feet.
Not a good shot by Samuel. More of a throw than a shot, right?
Sears. Got it! That's a 3. Sears can't answer. Another board for Pringle.
I talked about Sears' ability to go on a 6-0 run. He's a jump shot away from making it happen, or maybe a 5-0 run.
Pringle able to finish.
You got to take it.
An 8-0 run if they change that Sears jumper to a 3. Bama hasn't led since it was 18-17. Sears, yes!
Wow.
That's a 3.
Tom, I talked about for them on the road.
Condon for the lead again. Short in Tuscaloosa.
And remember, Todd Golden has been almost perfect in out-of-timeout plays in the second half. Where does he go to on this possession?
The lob to Samuel.
Again,
that's a high percentage look.
You cannot do any better than what Todd Golden has.
Meanwhile, Bama has made its last 4. Nelson sizes up Samuel and drills the 3 from the corner. Bama back in, scorching 5 of 6.
He needs help.
Shot clock at 7. Samuel spins. Great touch.
That is a tough shot by Samuel. Short clock now for Bama.
Whoa! Wow. Erased by Handlocked, and they will count it. Todd Golden says, please look at it again.
Did the ball get to its apex? Oh man, that is so close. It didn't get on with their personnel. You just got to trust Poland and Clayton. I mean, those have been your 2 guys all year long. And Samuel's been a factor in the middle part of the floor as well, 4 in blue.
Here's Clayton. Out to Poland. Plenty of time. Gators up by 1.
Now you just got to isolate a little bit, flatten. Don't bring the defense in, right?
Lob into Samuel, got it deep. Ball
Whoa,
came out and
gosh.
came in.
Time the ball exploded out of his hands and somehow found the net.
Gators have opened up a 3-point lead. Griffin can't erase it with that jumper. It's out of bounds off the Gators. Nelson puts it on the floor and gets fouled and will go to the line and try and tie it.
A big-time finish on the secondary part of their out-of-bounds under to get Nelson isolated.
6 points in the last changes tonight. Poland got there quick.
Man, again, plays after contact by guards in this game. Poland, you cannot do it any better than what he just did.
Sears corrals it. Under a minute to play. Poked from behind and whistled for a foul. 5 minutes to go. And led this Alabama comeback with a couple of long. Going to Rocky Top to take on number 5 Tennessee. Rick Barnes
has one timeout if he doesn't like what he sees.
Clock at 10. Here's Clayton. Went down after the three. Another offensive rebound.
Will Todd take a timeout or continue to play on? Again, the length of Handlockton, a major part of this game.
Poland downhill on Nelson. Turnaround, no. And it's out of bounds. It'll be Alabama basketball with 14.6.
The second option is Estrada, but it starts with Mark Sears for Alabama.
15 points for Sears, the league's leading scorer. Shot clock is off, 10 to play.
Can't foul him. He's a 95% free throw shooter.
They're getting going late. Gets the screen. Sears all the way to the rack, and it's blocked. And we go to overtime.
They run ghost action for Sears. Just enough of a defensive hesitation to get him down that left pipe. And again, Micah Handlockton saves the day for Florida. Back-to-back back shots in the last minute, and we play more.
It'll be Pringle and Handlockton to jump center, and it's controlled by Nelson. Here's Estrada. Back to Pringle. Estrada with the putback.
Here he goes.
It's late, and that's deep.
Nelson has been really good guarding guards in this game. Watch out.
Got it! Rylan Griffin. Poland with a fadeaway and a foul on the rebound. Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and couldn't knock it down. Estrada got a half step. Poland created some space but didn't pull the trigger. And now Clayton fouled on his way in. They'll get Griffin, I believe. Nope, they got Pringle. Nick Pringle. Here's Walter Clayton. And going back. 20.
Which is why we're in overtime.
Sears was behind Pringle.
Boy, good talk by Handlockton right now. Helping out that ball screen coverage.
Pringle goes right at him. Couldn't finish.
A good substitution by Todd Golden because Handlockton took away 2 points by being on the floor.
2 to play in overtime. Clayton forgot the basketball. Got it back and then gets fouled. A reach in by Pringle, who fouls out with
154 to go on the road. But these free throws are crucial.
He's a Florida native. Born in frost-proof Florida.
Defensive chops to get a stop right now if you're Florida. This is where championships are won.
Sears couldn't get it to Nelson. Got around 2 defenders, finds Walters. And Clayton comes out of there with it. Gators down 3. Stolen away by Sears. 1:20 to play in overtime. Bama leads by 3. Sears rises. And then Griffin couldn't follow but drew the foul.
Tom, you will not see a better open floor rip from behind than what Mark.
2 from the line tonight.
Kentucky, Auburn, and Tennessee, all 5 in the top. Now, 3 years ago, it'd take 3 games to get this many points.
That's right. Clayton on Griffin.
Oh,
Banks
man,
it in.
the yards after contact are so important in this league. Time and time again, Florida hanging in there.
Clayton's got 27.
You can be tired right now. You can't act tired.
Handlog to the rebound. Whoa! Griffin went flying. Condon puts in the jump hook.
That looked really awkward, and luckily Griffin doesn't come up with an injury.
On their feet at Coleman Coliseum, where Alabama has won 15 straight SEC games.
Like, Nate Oates knows the same thing I just said. Like, take this clock as far down as you can.
They force it out of Sears' hands with the double. Clock is at 10. Nelson hesitates, whips it into the corner for Griffin. And it's into a shot in his hands for a 3-point lead. 8 seconds to play.
Will they
Richard
foul?
to Clayton for 3 in the tie. And that's off the mark. And Alabama will survive at home with a half-second to play. Had to seal the 21st offensive rebound for Alabama.
And they couldn't do it. And it's Estrada. I've talked about the guards' ability all game long for Alabama to get involved on the fight. They were challenged at 1:45 this afternoon by their head coach. And that's a pretty good look that Florida squeezes off. And Alabama.
This will be their 16th straight against conference foes. Academic now, but for good measure, Estrada with the takeaway. What a game tonight.
And Tom, it just kind of forecasts what the SEC tournament's going to look like. It's going to be a monster event.
Yeah, it'll be a battle royale. This one decided in the 90s. 2 of the top scoring teams in college basketball.